Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first and most importantly, I hope you guys are well and you're safe. Um, it's still safer here than it is in London, right? Facts, facts. I'm not hating, but just out here stating the obvious. Um, I do have a Turkish tea to smooth the throat. Mm. Because obviously all this talking that I do, usually I'm not a talkative person. Um, but all of a sudden you put a camera on me and I'm, can't shut up. All right, cool. So for anyone that's brand new, let me just introduce myself. So my name is Ish. I've been trading gold now for well over 10 years. Um, I made it my I made it I made it something very important, basically, at a time when I didn't really have anywhere else to sort of turn. I was in a bit of a financial difficulty, and I had no choice but to make £1 million. And I didn't know what to do. It was either drug dealing, or learn how to trade. So I went for the latter option, and funnily enough, became half decent at it, made a few mil, and now living happily ever after. So that is my story in a nutshell. And today we're going to talk about gold. We're going to talk about what's going on in the markets. I'm going to remove all my drawings on TradingView so that you guys can see exactly what is going on with the market and um, how we can basically work out like what to do. And obviously, I'm going to try and answer all your questions as best as I possibly can. I know a lot of you guys are in a lot of the signal groups, and you want to know how to both like best take the signals and basically best manage yourself. What I've realized since doing these calls with each and every single one of you, that a lot of it is emotional. A lot of it is a you problem. Don't take that personal. But obviously, your dedication, your discipline, the way that you are is going to play a big part in how you trade and how you make money. Okay. So, you know, I'm not going to be out here telling you guys what books to buy about self-help. Okay. But at the same time, if I was really, really, really fat and I said to you guys, like, help me lose some weight, you'd all tell me just to go to the gym and you'd probably tell me to cut down on my calories. And I can probably guarantee you that none of you are like, personal trainers or someone who knows everything about nutrition, but it's basic common sense, right? With trading, it's the same. So I'm going to try and give you that basic, common knowledge or knowledge that you should already know, because it is quite logical. However, naturally, emotions get in the way, and I know that a lot of you do a lot of mistakes, basically. Human error. Let's just put it down to human error, but it's lack of discipline, if I have to be super duper honest with you guys. So, first things first, we are trading gold, XAU USD. This is tradingview.com. If you want to be super duper successful trading on your own, then I highly recommend that you jump on tradingview.com. Okay, you set yourself up an account. It is free. There is a paid version. Don't really need it right now. Just focus on just to get your own little account on TradingView. XAU USD is what we're going to go on. I always start on a 4-hour time frame simply because it's very, very important to understand the overall direction of a trade. Okay. So direction is very important. You want to be focusing on directional trades. Yes, there is, a lot of red candles as well as green candles that you can see on the screen, but the overall biasness on gold is that it is buying. Okay. And we can see that simply by drawing a diagonal line or a trend line. You can see that it is an upwards movement. I'm not drawing the trend line this way. Okay. For example, I'm that would then dictate that it's a downwards trade, but that's a bit of an off-key line, so you wouldn't even use that. Okay, so it's moving upwards. So now we kind of have an idea that gold, is still bullish. and it is still buying. So super duper important that we know that. Secondly, I have one indicator on here. If I go to indicator and I just click on it at the top and I type in FVG, that stands for fair value gap. I click on the first one, which is Nephew Sam. And no, I don't know who Nephew Sam is before anyone asks. It's just FVG Nephew Sam, the one that I use. Okay, you click on that and then you'll get these rectangles appear on the screen, red and green, showing you a fair value gap, which is basically liquidity within the market. It's where money has been left behind. And typically the way that gold works is it wants to take that money as it goes along. Okay. So first things first, the best way to mark out this chart for you to have an understanding on the direction and what way it's going is we start drawing some support and some resistant lines across. So first things first, I'll draw a horizontal line at the top right here. I'm going to make it a little bit thinner simply because I want to be super duper on point with you guys today. And I can see the reason I've drawn that line there is because when the market touched that line, it reversed, okay, and it had a reaction. That is why I have drawn the line there, okay? Now, the next line I'm going to draw is going to be another area that the market reacted from. So if I just make this a bit smaller so you guys can see, I can quite easily draw a line right here. I can see multiple areas here where the market touched, had a reaction, pushed down, it broke it. When it came back down, it touched it before moving back up. Here, it touched it and then moved back up as well. So clearly, there's something going on that level, okay? You can call it a support. So you would simply just leave your lines on the screen and you would look for another one. Now, by doing it on the 4-hour time frame, it's additional confirmation because it's a bigger time frame. It's just stronger, okay? A 4-hour time frame is stronger than a 5-minute time frame or a 15-minute time frame or a 5-minute time frame. It's a bigger time frame. Now, what's stronger than a 4-hour time frame is a day time frame, okay? However, I'm not looking to go that far back. 4 hours is more than enough for me to get a good idea of the market direction and ultimately, how I can enter a trade based off this time frame. So we are going to grab another line and we're going to see if we can enter another line here somewhere where we can see where the market has touched, reacted, and then bounced from, okay? So we can see right here, we've got multiple reactions here, okay? Where the market touched, reacted. One that got very close. One that reacted again, okay? And now we've got this madness right here, which we're going to come to in a minute, okay? But where we are not finished. So what I'm going to do is get rid of these circles just so that I can show you guys exactly where the lines go. Now, just so you guys know, you can draw as many lines as you want, but there obviously comes a point where it's just like, now you're just drawing lines for the sake of it. But for example, I can easily draw another line here. You want to look for something that is quite clear. So you've had a breakout, it came back down, touched, and went back up. Now, bear in mind, where this is a 4-hour time frame, it is very strong, okay? So I can draw this line here, and I can see this as a support or a resistance as well. And I think that is all I need to do at this given minute. Let me just check. Nope, I have one more. So see the bottom of these two candles here? These two. So I'm going to go to the body of it. and just put a line there. And if I run my mouse across, I can see that it wicked off this area prior. It wicked off it here as well, and it wicked off it here as well. Okay, so this is now a zone, basically. We've created a zone on a 4-hour time frame. Okay. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to the 15 minutes, and we're going to see what's going on. Now here we can see a lot of FVGs, which is fair value gaps, which is when the market was dropping today. It was falling pretty fast and pretty hard. And by doing that, it's left a lot of money behind, allowing us to understand that there is liquidity left behind, and there's a very high possibility that the market will continue to eat off this liquidity, which means it will probably go back up and eat off that as and when it's ready. So now looking at this, we're on a 15-minute time frame. Here's the two lines that we already drew, these two zones. We can see a few fair value gaps below here that I might want to grab on a 15-minute time frame. And the candle is now finished. It's left another one there. This is a very strong line in my opinion, because it's on a 4-hour time frame. So we could be looking for some sort of reaction from this line, whether it's either going to sell down to the next line and then buy up, or break it and and buy from here. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to just jump down to some very obvious points. So the first ones is here, we've got like a staircase coming down, right? So like, let's start from here. Okay. Top, the bottom, come up a little bit higher, and came down a little bit lower, then came down a little bit, and then came up a bit higher, then a bit lower, then a bit higher, then a bit lower, then a bit higher, then less low, right? So now this is breaking the structure. Look, it was like this. It was down, up, down, up, down. So it's like a staircase going down, right? Look. And now it's as if it's a staircase potentially going up rather than down. Okay. That's what we could expect. So let me just delete this amazing artwork that I've just done so that we can see this clearly, and we can see if there's a potential entry for us to potentially take. Because as you guys know, for anyone that's been jumping on, if I do see something, I'm not shy to let you guys know, and you guys can potentially enter a trade and make some money. I have been milking the markets this very way for a number of years now, which is why I've got the freedom to do as I want, when I want, with whoever I want, and I highly recommend it. So this tea is really nice, by the way. I've got an apprentice with me today that's filling up my tea. For anyone that knows Aaron Blakey, who's besides me today, filling up my tea. That's his role today. All right, cool. So we can see it's coming down. Okay, so this is very, very crucial that this could be a potential entry. What is this level here? It's okay, so I'm just going to drop down to the 5 minutes, and then we can see if we're going to get in on this trade as a potential buy. So no one enter anything yet, because obviously it's not there yet. And I need to see how this candle finishes on the 5 minutes, and we still have 1 minute, 40 seconds left for me to make up my mind whether we're going to buy or sell. But typically, this is what I'd like to see. We would enter this trade as a buy. I would expect this to go no lower than that. I'd expect it to go to the next high, which was here. I would also, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to break this. So it really, and I wouldn't expect it to go lower than this fair value gap either. So probably that would be my stop loss. And then this would be like the buy zone. But like I said, we've got 56 seconds left. So hold tight. And then we might be able to enter this trade. Stop loss just below the fair value gap here. And go from there. Hopefully it doesn't leave us and just start going up, because it does that sometimes. And if it does, then we'll still jump in. We'll have a bigger stop loss, unfortunately. What's 15 minutes saying? I mean, does it want to come down, continue to come down? Still got 10 minutes left on the 15-minute time frame. Let's wait it out. Patience is another very important thing. So while I wait for this to play out, there's over 66 questions. So I'm going to try and answer some of them. How can you identify whether the market is going to close at a fair value gap nearby? It's pretty evident on the smaller time frames. However, you still got to kind of like use your judgment on support and support lines, so that you can kind of dictate whether you're going to enter or not. So for example, this closed below. It's now showing me a green candle on the 5-minute. I would like to think that it wants to come down and touch this fair value gap before going back up. So I have to be patient and wait. If I am wrong, then it will just move up, and it was the buy and we missed it. But entry is really, really important. You get the right entry on this, then naturally, you're going to end up making the best way. The best way to make money is your entry. So it's very, very important for you guys to understand that. What's the best way to learn to scalp? Anything to watch? No. Best way to scalp is to draw zones on like a 5 and a 15-minute time frame. Does Blakey ever not touch his hair? Oh, that's quite funny. I don't know. He's been touching it the whole time. They must be seeing it in the reflection. I don't know. I don't think you touched it. How did you learn how to trade yourself? I owed $1 million, and it was either that or 6 years in prison. So I kind of just figured it out. Mainly YouTube, to be honest with you. All right, so if this trade leaves us, I'm going to see how this 5-minute finishes, and then maybe we'll enter, and then we'll make this stop loss here. Wow, this is mad. Look how this is a lot of pips already. It's moving a lot of pips, which is insane. I'm on a 5-minute time frame. Don't expect that, but it is what it is. I'm going to see how this finishes, guys. In the meantime, let me carry on reading these questions. Do you ever wait for the 15-minute to close? Or do you wait for 5 minutes to get a reaction? Typically 5 minutes. When the market is very, very volatile, I'd definitely go ahead with the 15 minutes. But sometimes it just, I don't know, it's quite evident. So I kind of go on a 5-minute basis as well. So you just take a view on it. Do you always put a stop loss? Do you always put in stop loss? Sometimes trades and it's so fast. Yeah, so guys, look, stop loss is super duper important, right? As James was saying the other day, it stops the loss. So sometimes it's okay to take an L, and you just get in on the next trade, but you just get a better entry. If your entry was spot on, then the stop loss would have never have happened. So yeah. Did you have any mentors to learn trading? I bloody wish. I had none, unfortunately. I had a lot of so-called gurus that thought they knew what they were doing, but they just all cost me money. So I didn't go ahead with calling them a mentor or in any shape or way. So no, I've done this off my own back. But guys, if you want something bad enough, you'll be so surprised how the human brain will just figure it out. Um, how do you get FVG on the app? On MetaTrader, you can't. It's not there. So what are good indicators on MT5 mobile? I don't use any indicators on my MetaTrader 5. Why? Because I'm using them here on TradingView. Then I pull out my phone. Then I would enter. Okay, so you don't need them on you don't need them on MetaTrader 5. You don't need it. Okay, so let me see if there's a little trend line forming on the 5 minute. Oh, it looks like it. I mean, I expected a bigger bounce. It might play around a little bit on this level, but then I don't want to give you guys too much of a range. The ideal zone would have been down here. We've got a few seconds left on that. There's not much volume on these green candles. It's very wicky. So let's see how this plays out. So I can give you guys a good entry with a good stop loss. God, this is a lot of pips, even on the 5 minute. Come on, give me a better entry. Be respectful. Come down. See how crazy that is. It's not finished. What's the 15-minute time frame doing? Let's have a little look. We've got 4 minutes left of the 15-minute time frame. So we could expect it to come down and then to go up. But we shall see. 5 minutes, little red candle there. All right, so let's see if we can. Does that want to grab? Let me just delete this for 1 second. Does this want to grab this fair value gap or not? How many pips away is it? 0.6, that's 40 pips. And where's the stop loss here? 96.8. Where could we get a reaction from? 0.6. All right. Let me get rid of my line for 1 sec. All right. So this was the zone, okay, that we marked out on the 4-hour time frame. Okay. Now it's kind of staircasing in an upwards motion. So if I just go to my rectangle, so this is like the zone, but this zone just seems to be bloody massive. That's the problem. But it's come down to this fair value gap. I mean, I'd like to enter this trade, but I need to wait for this candle to finish. I want to enter a buy. But like I said, rules are rules, and I got to stick to the rule book. If I am not disciplined, then you guys will never be disciplined. If I show you guys how to do this, then you guys can stick to it and go, you know what? I saw him do it live. If I'm a little bit patient, we've been waiting for this like about 10, 15 minutes almost. So waiting that right amount of time could be what pays off for you to get the right, the right entry. Just want to see. I mean, I feel like 0.3 would be a really nice entry. Just delete that. I want to go long. And then have this as my stop loss. We just work this out to see if it's any good. This will definitely work its way up. So this would be my start, which is at 93. I want the entry to be, the entry would be 02. Still quite a lot of pips for a stop loss. Due to the market volatility, this is what it's giving us now. It's just a shit show, really, with all this bombing going on. But like I said, it's really important that we get the right entry. So we wait 33 seconds, guys. I think that will mean the 15-minute will be finished then as well. Yeah. On a 15-minute, it looks like it could quite easily want to come a little bit lower. If I draw the trend line on a 15-minute, which I could quite easily do, could want to come a little bit lower. All right, we've got 5 seconds left. Let's see how this plays out in the 5-minute. Let me get rid of this. Oh, it's pushed up. No big deal. Let's see if it's going to come back down. Might just want to touch this fair value gap. And then come back down a little bit. In the meantime, we try and get through some more questions. On the scalping group today, what did it mean when the trader said on the 4-hour candle 50% is 50.90? Well, I didn't read that message. Only joking. Well, I didn't, but it's not hard to work out. Let's work it out. Here's a 4-hour. This is the massive 4-hour candle that maybe he's talking about that dropped. So all you got to do is work out what 50% is. And I do that with my GAN box. And then you can basically, because what it typically does when you have a massive drop, it usually comes up like 50%. So if I draw that from there to there, that's 51.80. Maybe he's not talking about that one. Let me go to the next 4-hour. 50% is 54. Yeah, so that's about 54, 50.84 is really, so that's the 50% mark. All right, let me quickly check back on our trade. What's it doing? Not doing much. Okay, cool. Let me carry on. What is your group called? Yeah, guys, if you're on this call, then we are already in the same group, just FYI. So there's no need. We are all one. Okay, so Trading View is designed for you to mark up the charts and for you to have to analyze it. It's not for you to execute trades on. MetaTrader is where it's connected to your broker, allowing you to then deposit and withdraw money and make money from it. So hopefully that answers your question. I'm quite new. Is it a tricky time to get started with trading with all the news going on? Absolutely, it is. Yeah. Crazy time. Yes. Crazy time to be involved, to be honest with you. But don't let that defer you or slow you down in any shape or form. You know, I wish that I had somebody to tell me about trading a lot earlier, even though I got started like 10, 11 years ago off my own back. Because, you know, maybe I could have made a few million more and, you know, been in a very different position. So super duper fun. Okay, so let me just go back. Genuine question. How long did it take you to actually become profitable? Good question. So look, in my first 9 months of trading, I did make 1 million. But I didn't sleep for like, I don't know, 6 months of it. I ended up jumping onto some really bad habits. And I got very lucky. And I lost a ton of money as well, like doing stupid stuff, like having a shower that cost me like £280,000 because I left the trade on and thought it was okay to go and jump into a shower because I'm doing lot sizes that were, you know, a lot bigger than I anticipated because I didn't know how to read. I didn't know how to read anything. Um, but yeah, guys, taking some losses is normal. Don't be naive to think you're going to come into this space and you can become a millionaire overnight. Okay, you got to take some losses. It's very normal, like super duper normal. Um, I took loads of losses. I must have blown like 500 accounts in my time, you know, just because I was doing it. I was just doing it wrong. It's the reality. I didn't have anyone to guide me. I made a ton of mistakes. So it's not a bad thing. Like you guys are losing here and there. It's not a big deal. You'll make money. And when you do, you're going to be glad that you didn't quit. And you're going to be glad that you didn't stop going. And you're going to be glad that you carried on learning and you gave it another chance. And you end up learning quite a lot about yourself as well. So it is good. It is good. Okay, so this is pretty close to like where I would want it to enter this market for a buy. And I'd have my stop loss on this line. Now this 5 minute candle just opened, it stopped there. And every time it has stopped there previously, it's wicked up from it and it's gone all the way up to here, which is easy TP1, 2, and 3. All right, guys, buy now at 51.04. 51.04, buy now. Okay, buy now, 51.04. So just press buy. Don't go crazy because I told you, but just buy now, 51.04. Yeah. So we're all right, just hold tight on everything else. So just buy. So 51.04 is what you should have all got in at. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so where's my entry? It's okay, just hold it. Ooh. So we should be getting a reaction. I would have. All right, so let me put the TPs in. I know I haven't called out the stop loss yet. It's because we're not in major danger. So we're okay. So 04. So 07 will be TP1. Did they just touch it? That's quite cool.
Wow.
All right, that's okay. It's reacting from it. It's a reacting area. All right, let's put our stop loss in then.
708.
All right, guys, if you're in profit, just write in the chat profit.
9, 10.
Because I think it's flying up already. It's not even letting me.
40 bit.
Profit.
10.
All right, cool. You know what? You like 11. Oh, you guys should be up in money, mate. 12, 13. All right, guys, close the trade. You just like 100 bloody pips. Oops. Oops. I couldn't even put my lines in. All right, cool. If you guys made money, close the trade. You made money. Fantastic. Yes, I see this. If this breaks this support, I expect it to keep going, but it's gonna play some games. So take the money. And then oh, 165 quid. Lovely. Oh yeah, how much did everyone make? Drop me a message. What, you made 500 quid? All right, you're paying for dinner. Lovely. All right, cool. Nice. 820 quid.
603 big boys.
Everyone's making money. Yeah, there's a lot of money. All right, well done, guys. I'm really proud of you all. You know, You put in the hard work, yeah. You put your ears to work, you listen, and you make money. I can do this all day, but I like to enjoy my alone time as well. So I do apologize. A lot of you ask me, why can't we go on a call every day? Well, it's because I know how to do this, right? So I get to avoid people. It's the reality. All right, cool. So everyone made money. That's really, really good. Double my profits for the day. Thank you. You're very welcome. We need 24-hour calls with Ish. I'll get you a walkie-talkie, shall I? You'll hear me snoring at night. Lovely. Money, sniper entry. Yeah, damn right. See what happens when we're patient. We were really patient there. We're all talking about getting this trade down here. It's been 5, 10, 15, been like 20 minutes, So we're done really good. Do you just ignore the 1 minute chart? Absolutely. 1 minute chart is for crackheads.
On the call, mate.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right. Lovely. I'm glad that you guys all made some money. Fantastic. Oh, 66 quid. Quite everyone's still putting in I'm paying it first 2 days of trading. Oh, it is lovely being a winner. 317 quid. What? I'm gonna start taxing you guys. Only joking. It's all okay. Well done. I'm really proud of you all. So let's talk about this trade, right? So like, what's it gonna do next? So let's talk about the options. So option number one, it does this, which is it continues to plow through and takes these fair value gaps. It's now at 51.17. We called this at 04. Okay, or call it 0450. Okay, so so from here, it's done already 130 pips, basically. Nice. And it done it really quick for us as well, which was also very nice. But we were very patient with it before entering this trade. So depending on how this 5 minute candle closes, it'll kind of dictate whether it's going to continue to move up. If I zoom out a little bit so you guys can see, this can quite easily go all the way up, to the next highs over here on the left. But it really depends on how this 5 minute candle that's currently running. Let me just get rid of this. How this plays out. So if it breaks this line and closes above around here, then I could expect it to keep moving up, just so you guys are fully aware. Right, let me try and get some more of your questions done. £90, thank you. You're very welcome. Okay. Can you do one more? Yeah. Oh, you naughty little mix. Yeah, no, I probably can do one more. When's the night trader coming back? I've been enjoying my sleep, trying to sleep anyway. Let's have a look. All right, so yeah, we just wait for this 5 minute candle to finish. Depending on how it finishes, it'll kind of dictate what we're going to do next. All right, guys? Because you got to remember, gold can be a dick sometimes. And what does that mean? It means that it could come back down to the entry, bounce off the line properly, and then go up, right? So if it does that, I need to know. But if it breaks this, like this previous high here, and it like finishes up here. Yeah.
Yes.
If it breaks up here, then at least I know that it's probably going to go for it up here. So then we can enter another buy. So let's just wait for it, basically. Seeing as we've got a bit more time, it's only 20 to 12 midnight. It's not like I've got a bed to go to. And I do have some good company this evening. Got none other than Mr. Aaron Blakey with me. It's always a laugh. One more, please. If possible, I missed the buy. Went up too quick before I could buy. Do you close the trade? How do you trade at close to all-time highs? Well, you say that, but the formation doesn't change. And although it's all close to all-time highs, if I go on 4 hours, and if I'm here, then I've got, technically speaking, I've got all of this data to go by up here. It's plenty. More than enough for me to figure it out. So it's all good. It is all good. All right, let me go back to the next question. So, bro, if this didn't break the line and close below, would you sell? Was that a crackhead movement? Potential crackhead movement, yes. So this is how it would work. Here, I'll just get rid of that. Where I've got this trend line running, okay, for example, which was done on a 15-minute, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check. Yeah, that was on a 15-minute time frame. Then, like, if it was to break this part here, then I would sell. But it's not. It's pushed away from it with quite a lot of volume. So I need it to break this line now as well, and then I'd expect it to go for it. Then I'd enter again for a buy, basically. Wouldn't be the best entry in the world, but I would still expect it to buy at that point. Oh, what's going on with my laptop?
Oh,
Bugging out. All right, cool. So 3 seconds left. 2, 1. All right, new candles open. All right, cool. Well, I'd like it to come to this line here, and I'd buy again at 15, but it's probably not going to give me that opportunity. It's gone for it already. 21, 19. All right, guys, buy again. Buy again at 51.20 right now. So buy again, 51.20. Let me just draw the line. 51.20.
21.
Okay, so that's your entry, 51.20. I'll make it green. And I reckon it'll come to like 27 at least. So that's 70 pips. I'd have my stop loss at probably at 14. So put your stop loss at 14. Okay. So you lot should be in a buy. Your stop loss is 51.14. You're currently at 21.24. So you're all 40 pips in profit. 50 pips in profit. All right. Take the money, maybe. Guys, it's free money. Just take it. It's 40, 50 pips. You guys should have made some money on that. I expect it to go to at least this fair value gap, but it could play games. And right now my laptop is lagging, so I can't see that well. But by the looks of it, what's it on?
23, 24. Just
All right, so 25. All right, so we're on at 20. So you can take the profit if you want, guys.
26.
Yeah, take the money.
Back up 25.
How long's left? 2 minutes, 43 seconds. It could fly up a bit more. If you want, you can move your stop loss to your entry point. So you're at 26 now.
Yeah.
Oh, then you guys are in profit. Guys, if you're in profit, please just let me know or take the money. That's 60 pips. That's typically like TP2. So TP2 type of move. It's you're milking it, mate. I wish you lot are milking it. I'm just here watching you milk it. I'm the cow, yeah, with all my nipples, and you guys are milking me. I left the trade running close at 6 pip. Well done, guys. All right, wicked. Yeah, take the money. What's it on at the minute?
There it is. 28.
28. Oh, you guys are up.
Flying.